and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Rico, what's up?
Hello.
How's it going?
Happy hello.
How's it going?
It's going great. How about yourself?
Can't complain. Cannot complain. It is Tuesday.
Especially not with what we have.
I was going to say, it is Tuesday, and if you are a dedicated Happy Hour listener, you know that means it's Sweet Things by Marcy Day.
Which all of you should be. Why would you not be dedicated? You can dedicate yourselves to us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
There
all you
you
gotta
go.
do is subscribe, follow, like, all of those fun things. Subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to eclipse that 1,500 subscriber mark.
We're close.
Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitch. Hit the little bell icon so you know when we're going live for all of our shows. Follow us on Twitter. You can check us out there. Twitter live.
Yeah.
On the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream.
So 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys as well. You can always reach out to Rico and I, our Twitter, Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. Okay, Rubber Duck from LinkedIn asks an important question before we have to dive into this these desserts. How was the birthday party?
It was great. It went fantastic.
KJ got two Husker wins on his birthday. I saw
he got some volleyball and he got some football. He was extremely excited. He had no idea what was going on, but he loved it.
Another thing, Rico, we drove the Timmy Trumpet movement.
We did. We are taking credit for that.
So I got tweeted at on Saturday while I'm sitting in North Stadium.
Yep.
And I get tweeted at Nick_Sainert. You made Timmy Trumpet possible.
First off, I
thought I was like, where's Rico's tag?
First off,
I apologize to whoever tweeted at me. I did not reply.
I want to be involved.
Yeah, no, Rico. That's why I brought it up. Is because we started it.
We did.
We drove the Timmy Trumpet movement. At Nebraska
Friday.
football. So every Friday that rejoin plays, and whoever's in charge of the sound system at Memorial Stadium said, you know what, these guys over on 330 North 48th Street from 1 to 2 p.m. have something.
You know what? They have a great idea. Let's do it.
Their thought, yeah. So, okay. Bill and Bennett says no more pests of the weekend. No, that's still a thing.
That's still a thing.
It's just not Monday, unfortunately. It's Tuesday.
We should do it. We could do it.
We're jam-packed.
We're jam-packed today.
We're jam-packed the next couple days.
We have a lot of stuff going on.
We have a lot of stuff. So today we can play. We can kind of lay things out. We're gonna
do pests of the weekend tomorrow.
Let's do Pest of the Weekend tomorrow.
Yeah,
in the first segment.
It'll just be a delayed Pest of the Weekend. Shout out to Bats to Rats, though.
Yeah, go talk to them. So first we have to try Sweet Things by Marcy. Not have to, get to.
We get to.
Sweet Things by Marcy, as always, www.sweetthingsbymarcy.com, or you can always sign up for the newsletter as well. Or give them a call, 402-540-6982. Now, last week we tried Peach Cobbler. Or 2 weeks ago, we tried Peach Cobbler. Can't remember what we tried last week off the top of my head.
Last week was pie, sweet potato pie, and
that's right, sweet potato pie and pecan pie. The week before was the peach cobbler and apple crisp.
I think I'm a pecan guy. I think that's how I'm going to say.
Okay, well, it's a good thing that you are, because we get to try Southern Pralines today, which feature pecans.
Look at this. I'm going to show you guys.
And we also get to test out Southern tea cakes.
Get to the stream right now. The Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream. Here's the Southern tea cake.
Yep.
Right here.
You better not drop that.
And the praline right there. Look at them. Look at how gorgeous they look.
You're going to drop that on our phone.
I'm not going to drop
the praline's sliding, Rico.
I can see
the praline is sliding.
I knew what was happening.
Here's the thing is, from my angle, I just see it slowly sliding down. So all right, let's dive into the praline first.
Okay.
The Southern Praline, it features brown sugar, granulated sugar, evaporated milk, salt, butter, pecans, and vanilla, all things that I like. It is it's like got a glaze on it. It reminds me of the texture of like a glazed donut.
It looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup if
With
you take the
pecans.
chocolate. If you take the
Yeah,
chocolate off,
okay.
you just put
It's got the peanut butter color.
big old pieces of pecans in it.
So the peanut butter color. Normally on this segment, DP will come strolling in.
I asked him. He said it's all ours.
Oh, really?
There's some out there he can have. They're right here. He can.
Are-
The whole office can have some.
Yeah, so we're going to dive into the Southern Pralines. Once again, it looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup, just the peanut butter color. And while Rico's chewing, I'm just going to
really
fill.
sweet. It's really good. I'm not sure how to describe it.
Ooh,
Like it's not a cookie, but
No.
it's
it's a praline.
well, yeah, it's a praline. Okay, shut up.
But okay. So I saw
What
the
does this taste like?
pecan. We've never had pralines. We
No,
discussed we
never
have
had.
not had either one of these food
This
items.
is amazing.
Not had either one of these fruit items. Now, I'm not a huge glaze guy. Like glazed donuts don't excite me.
Mhm.
It's
You're a weird
it's also super sweet. Like I'd much rather have a plain cake donut than a glazed donut. So with no frosting, I want to make that very clear. But this,
So weird.
see, you said it was sweet. I actually didn't think it was sweet. I cut it off,
Mhm.
cut off a piece, tasted it, and I immediately got pecan.
I think I'm getting so. Let me see the ingredient list. I just need to
This
make
is
sure
the
that I'm
pralines.
saying what I'm actually getting. What am I tasting them? The brown
You
sugar.
you taste the brown sugar
I'm
quite a
getting the
bit, which
brown-
is really
I'm getting
good.
the brown sugar vanilla mix in there, and it's fantastic. The pecan also adds a nice a different texture because it's. I don't know how to explain the texture.
We're bad at explaining
this-
food. It just it's so good.
I just know that you should go out and get yourself a delicious Southern praline
Okay,
from Sweet Things by Marcy. I don't know how to
maybe this is a
explain it,
good
but
way
it's
to
fantastic.
maybe this is a good way to explain it. We'll try it one more time here.
'Kay.
You bite into it, or excuse me, you put it in your mouth, and you immediately taste something sweet
Mhm.
of the glaze.
Kind of melts.
Yeah, then it melts. Then you take a bite and you get the pecan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a hard crunch, which is nice because
No.
I don't like. So I'll be honest, I'm not a huge thing of peanuts or pecans in my desserts
Like
Because-
not the dry ones.
because,
not
yeah.
dry, but like the still
because it
crispy
hurts your teeth. Like you'll bite into it, like macadamia nut cookies or
ones.
whatever.
It's like, surprise.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you bite into it and it hurts your teeth because you're expecting a soft cookie.
Maybe you just have soft teeth.
Maybe that's the case, but the Southern praline, it's not that way. So you bite into the pecan, and it's not hard, if that makes sense.
It's cooked. It's not squishy,
Yeah.
but it's not hard. It's
Yeah, it's
just-
not like squishy
it's
or,
that
or
perfect-
soggy by any means.
It's that perfect texture where you can chew it without apparently hurting your teeth.
Yeah, so I'm all in. All right, so next up,
Hold on, I want to bite.
I know we'll keep moving because I do want to talk expansion. That was an interesting discussion that we
We'll
were
get
at.
on it.
So I do want to talk expansion, talk Husker football reaction. Lincoln Arneal of Husker Illustrated, he covers Husker volleyball for Huskers Illustrated. He'll join us at 1:30 today, by the way, so stick around for that as they're preparing for a massive match against Creighton tomorrow night. Once again, we're trying Sweet Things by Marcy every Tuesday. 540-6982 is the phone number, or you can email them sweetthingsbymarcy@gmail.com or www.sweetthingsbymarcy.com. So
Marcy
next
does
up,
not miss.
no, she has yet to strike out. So
She didn't even
career
seen
batting average of 1,000.
She didn't even seen a strike.
Yeah.
First pitch swinging. Hitting it
First
out
pitch
the
swinging.
park.
So first thoughts on this Southern tea cake. All right, so it says cake, but it looks, now this is no disrespect, it looks like a sugar cookie, but it is, I pulled it out of the little tray and they were warm.
These are, I'm going to say it,
Moist. Thank you.
pretty good.
Can you tell we're doing a show for a while together?
think so.
How about that? So Southern tea cakes, flour, sugar, butter, baking soda, buttermilk, eggs, and vanilla. And she said the first time we met her, we asked her, what is one of your favorite things to make that you think is one of your best items? And she brought these up. So I was actually waiting to when we actually got to try these.
They were really good. They're super soft. There's another melt in your mouth, but not the same as the praline melt.
Oh, somebody, Anonymous Club says praline, worst on-air description ever. Well,
I don't know how to explain it.
Send us a description on
Yeah,
how
how
you
to-
would describe a praline.
Yeah, get in here.
And you spelled praline wrong.
Yeah, get it right.
But appreciate you texting in. 402-464-5685.
Get in here, try it, and then you describe it to the people.
Yeah. Without wanting to eat another piece. Okay. So
talk with your mouth full. My daughter would be so mad at me.
I know. One more bite, Rico. Super soft, but has a nice crunchy outside.
Mm-hmm. The middle,
but
is
once
nice
again, not too crunchy.
No, the middle is moist and soft, but the edges
crisp.
have a nice
crisp. Crisp is a great descriptive word.
Have a crisp outside.
How about that?
Edge. So you bite into it, and it's like nice and squishy, and then it's a little crunch, and you're like, "Ooh, wait a minute!"
Somebody texted in. These guys are talking about hurting y'all's teeth eating cookies. We need a tougher mentality. Hey,
Eric says, "Way to retain listeners." Nick, talk bleep to them, or
I
talk bleep on them.
I didn't talk bleep on anybody.
I did.
I just want to see.
I did. What's good, Eric?
402-464-5685. Give us a better description for praline.
Yeah, go ahead. You describe it, people.
It's harder than you think. I can't tell you what I'm feeling, but I can tell you I'm going to finish both these desserts.
Oh, 100%.
And we should have weighed ourselves before this whole experiment. Not experiment, but this whole trial basis.
Before Sweet Things by Marcy started giving us sweets.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody texted in. Southern tea cakes are a cross between sugar cookie and a pound cake. And that's a great description.
Pound cake.
Oh, Marcy texted in. Marcy, you did not strike out.
Marcy, look at you.
You are amazing.
Marcy,
thank you so much for helping us out.
Way to be fantastic.
Yeah,
you know
all these.
Her explanation of that. Pound cake middle, sugar cookie outside.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Nice little crisp on the outside. This is great. All right. So once again, Gus says this is an awesome stream. Watching a couple chunk meisters wolfing down sweets. Appreciate it, Gus. As Rico will stare into the camera and do it again. All right. So once again, Sweet Things by Marcy, www.sweetthingsbymarcy.com. Give her a call today, 402-540-6982. Or you can email her, sweetthingsbymarcy@gmail.com. If you go to their website, you'll be able to order from the website, or you can even sign up for their newsletter to receive news, updates, any new things that Marcy has going on. And like I said, if you want to even schedule Marcy for an event, you can give them a call today, follow their social media, all that good stuff. You know where to find her. Okay, so out of everything we've tried, real quickly, Rico, what's your favorite thing?
Ooh.
I'm going peach cobbler still.
That apple crisp was fantastic.
Oh, so same week.
Same week. That apple crisp was fantastic.
Okay. The peach...
Although, look, I didn't take it home, and it kind of got devoured back there, but I did have another slice. The sweet potato pie. I'm not a sweet potato fan, but that pie was like otherworldly.
That is true.
So I'm between the apple crisp and the sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie was really good. Really good. All right.
Again, no misses.
No misses.
She don't miss.
She doesn't miss. Never strikes out. All right. So 402-464-5685. Thank you again, Marcy, for sending us Southern tea cakes and Southern pralines as well. You guys are awesome over there at Sweet Things by Marcy. .com. All right, so let's
for the weight game.
We got yeah, exactly. Thank you. So we got a couple descriptions for pralines,
including one from Marcy.
Yeah, exactly. Including one from Marcy. Praline is from the cook herself, the mastermind, the baker. Yes, thank you, the baker herself. Praline is melt in your mouth treat. It's a cross between a cookie and a candy, and it's loaded with crunchy pecans, butter, and a fabulous brown sugar flavor.
That's how I describe
That's
it.
how I
Yeah.
Wait, did we say anything differently?
Thank you, Marcy.
Thank you, Marcy.
Thank you for letting me know that I did a great job describing a praline.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I appreciate that. All right, so let's dive into the expansion discussion here. Want to get your guys' thoughts. We were talking on the spillover type of thing between Bach, Rico, and myself about what's like the upside to 12 teams. And I can't get past the idea, Rico, to where with the conferences looking how they're going to be panning out, and we're going to have a couple super conferences and so on, that a team like, now UCF's such an easy one to just throw up on the board and hope it sticks because of their recent success.
Houston's
another one. You're able to go and let's say the Big 12. I think the Big 12 is the easiest conference to use it here.
Mhm.
Somebody in the Big 12 is able to sit there and say, listen, we lost one game against our best team in the conference, and whether or not they have a Big 12 championship game or not, like that, whatever it is, you'll take that into consideration, obviously, but it'll allow a Baylor who might be a 10 seed to compete. Or if like early in the season, depending on what the scheduling format looks like, once again, like we have no idea what scheduling is going to look like in the future. If it's going to be conference only matchups, which the more and more I'm thinking about it, I really don't want
Conference pods. And
if
maybe
you're
you'll have like one major out of conference.
Exactly.
game.
So like, for example,
I don't think you're getting any more cupcakes though.
I don't think you're getting any more cupcakes.
I think the SEC is going to miss out on their Week 12 cupcake matchup, but I think the two non-conference, Group of 5 or FCS opponents are going to be thrown out the window, and it's going to be, if they do end up going to the pod system, you play everybody in your pod, and then you go over to another another pod or another 2 pods, depending on how many teams are in that pod in that conference.
Yeah. So either way, though, I mean, if you're able to get, let's use Alabama, Texas. That's a great opportunity. That's a great chance here or example here. Let's imagine that it's a 12-team playoff this season and whatever. Let's say Texas loses to Alabama by 3 points, but then wins out. They have a case. They literally have a case to be a 9, a 10 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But now with the 4 teams, if they win out and they go undefeated, then they're going to be in the top 4. But if they lose by 3 points to Alabama, they're going to have a case, if that makes sense, to be an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seed. It gives those teams. I think the easiest example is UCF in this situation. If they lose to a Baylor in the Big 12 title game, but that's their only loss. Hey, your strength of schedule was as good as it could have been in the Big 12 conference. You're not necessarily respected as much as the Big 10 or SEC, but you're good enough to be a 9 seed. Mm-hmm. You're good enough to at least try and compete with Michigan. It's better than putting UCF with, I don't know, another 8-win team from the Big in Iowa and having them play in the Capital One Bowl.
Yeah.
Play for something.
Yeah. Playing at what was it? A 3-loss Auburn team?
Exactly.
In the Peach Bowl?
Yeah, exactly. Jory says this, and this is how we'll close out the segment. 12-team playoff will prove that if a UCF team that goes 12-0 would never get in under the old format, and they'll give them a chance. Frost UCF team beat Auburn, who beat Bama and Georgia that year. It doesn't happen often, but it happened. I just think it gives them not necessarily a second chance, if you want. I guess you can call it that, but it just gives them an opportunity to play for something more than a New Era Pinstripe Bowl or a Capital One Bowl or a TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl.
I like this more because although you still might end up with 2 conference teams playing each other for the national championship, it gives more opportunities to other schools, like you said, in the Big 12, in the Group of 5 ranks. Because look, if Cincinnati last year, I know they made it into the playoff, but you would have had, or no, Alabama or Alabama last year would have made it into the playoff. Ohio State would have made it into the playoff as not a top 4 seed, so they would have had to play in the first round. Which again, it doesn't devalue the regular season, as my co-host on the Water Cooler Bach believes, because you're still playing for something, trying to get that first round bye.
Especially the UCFs of the world.
And if people say, "Oh, a bye doesn't matter," I mean, that's a week where you can scout. That's another week where you are able to get your team healthy, add some more wrinkles to whatever, bring some more people along. If you have a freshman that's extremely talented that you haven't been able to work into the offense or the defense, you have another week to work them into it. And again, you have a week off to get your team healthy while the team you are playing next week has to go to battle against a top 12 team.
I'll also say this, you can't sit here and tell me with 100% certainty that Cincinnati was a better team than Oklahoma State last year. Oklahoma State just lost in the Big 12 title game, I believe, to Baylor, right? Or did they win it?
Which one of them won? I think Baylor won.
I think Baylor won with Dave Aranda in his first year.
I believe so.
So either way, we can do a hypothetical scenario in that situation. You don't have to pick and choose. You can get both of them. You can get both of them in. You don't have to pick and choose between Notre Dame and Cincinnati or Notre Dame and UCF or Notre Dame and Baylor. You can get both in. It allows for, once again, them to play for something meaningful.
Plus, it's more football and matchups that you probably wouldn't have been able to see, any other time unless they schedule it for, 12 years down the road.
I agree. And once again, with the whole regular season would be watered down, I think it actually maybe values the regular season more for teams that are not named Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State.
Because think about this.
Because they're getting in no matter what.
If you have a loss in the SEC East and your loss is to Alabama, guess what? You still have a chance to make the playoff.
I agree.
Because if you win out, it'll make, whenever you play Alabama, all the games after that are extremely important, because not only do you have to show out and win those games, you have to show out and get some type of style points, because that's still going to be a part of it. The eye test is still going to be a part of it. If you can destroy everybody else on your schedule, you still have a chance to get into the playoff and maybe have a second chance at Alabama. Yeah. All right, time to go to break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Lincoln Arneal of Huskers Illustrated to break down Husker volleyball. We'll do that coming up next. You're listening to the Happy Hour on the Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at PriceRightAuto.com.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Take your tan to the max at Max Tan. Right now, get 10 days for $10. All levels, including sun, spray, and red light. 4 Lincoln locations make it easy to take your tan to the max with no appointment necessary. 10 days, $10. Details online at maxtan.net.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico hanging out with you guys. We're now joined in studio by Lincoln Arneal of Huskers Illustrated. Lincoln, what's up?
I just enjoyed these great cookies.
So you tried the Southern tea cake. What's your thought?
It is very good. I can definitely see the sugar cookie aspect.
Yeah, so it's, as Marcy texted in the first segment, so this is a good thing. This is a plus if you keep coming in on Tuesdays. There'll be 2 new desserts for you every single week. But once again, sweetthingsbymarcy.com, or you can call her. Give her a call today. The phone number's on the website and all that. All right, Lincoln. So Husker Volleyball, they play Creighton tomorrow night. I wanted to ask because the setter has been a big discussion point this weekend, or this year so far. They've played Kennedy Orr at setter a couple matches. They've played Ani Evans, and now Nicklin Hames has even spent some time at setter this season specifically. What are some of the benefits? And then they've also played with 2 setters at times. So the 6-2 compared to the 5-1. What are some of the benefits, or I guess even, problems or non-benefits of playing with a 6-2 versus a more conventional 5-1 formation?
I think a lot of teams run the 5-1 because it's the simplest, most straightforward.
Gotcha.
And especially at the elite level, too. If you have an elite setter, you look at the national championship the past 15 years have all been one-setter systems. Because if you get elite setter, you can really play at that elite level. You get a lot of consistency. A lot of the times your setter is your leader, kind of the floor general. John Cook likes to use an analogy that they're your quarterback on the floor. So it just makes sense to have one person out there the entire time. So I think that it's a consistency and also being allowed to let that person get into the flow of a match. That really lends itself well in the 5-1. In the 2-setter system, you always have 3 big hitters in the front row.
Yeah.
So and other teams exploit that a little bit. Nicklin Hames is 5'10". She's pretty big for a setter, but still other teams can hit over that. They kind of target that a lot too, especially because that's their left side. They're really good pin hitters. So that's maybe a little weakness. And also because you're substituting 2 players in every 3 rotations, you only have 15%. So if the set goes long or there's a lot of side outs, you can run out of substitutions, and that kind of puts you in a pinch.
How crucial is it to have depth at outside hitter then in a 6-2?
I think
it's huge.
Yes, and that's what John Cook said yesterday. You need to have 4 elite outside hitters, and then you can get into the conversation of having those 2 setters. And fortunately, Nebraska does.
They set up really well with that.
Yeah, they got Maddie Kubik, they got Allie Batenhorst and Lindsay Krause, and then Whitney Lonstein, and also Hayden Kubik could fit in that rotation too. So they got a little bit of depth behind that, but they have those 4 top line hitters that can really make it all possible.
Now, when we're talking about a 6-2, John Cook was telling us how, one of the drawbacks is, one of your middles is going to have to serve. We've seen Becca Alec actually have a pretty decent serve these last couple of matches, and the athleticism that she's been able to display in not only in the back row, but a couple of times in the front row. John Cook kind of mentioned that. What is the advantages of having somebody as athletic and as tall as Becca Alec?
I mean, it doesn't make her a liability in the back row. I mean, she can really do a lot of things. I mean, the play that sticks out in my mind is that there was an overpass, so it went over to a serve, went back to the other team net. Becca turned around, went up, and then blocked it back. I don't think she got it down, but she rejected that over, because that's the easiest kills in the game is an overpass. Like, oh, great, here this comes back to my net. But she's made a couple diving saves, a couple of shoestring saves, and it just really just that natural athleticism. She doesn't look like she's being overwhelmed by the level of competition at the college.
Now we haven't seen any Maggie Mendelson since the red-white scrimmage or from some of the earlier matches.
She played the match number 2 against Tulsa. Yes.
Okay. So she played against Tulsa, but is it just that Becca and Caitlin are just playing that well, or is it kind of a substitution playing in the 6-2?
No, I don't think it's not a substitution, because they may give that, but I think Maggie's just a little bit behind. She didn't join the team till early August after playing. She played a lot of basketball earlier. She went to the under 19 Pan Am Cup, so she had to play elite level then. But I think it's just catching up and getting used to the system. So hopefully she'll be pushing for more playing time. Also, I think Becca's been playing really well. Yeah. I mean, nothing against Maggie, but I think when the way Becca has been playing, it makes it hard to let's try something else, but because it's working so well.
Lincoln Arneal of Huskers Illustrated is with us inside in the studio today. I guess when we look at tomorrow night's match against Creighton, right? They're both 2 teams that are ranked currently. This is going to be a massive match right? There's going to be a lot of people there. Regular season attendance record is in jeopardy, I believe. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. But then, is there a chance that it gets broken the following week because of Wisconsin?
Yeah, Wisconsin's hosting Florida at Kohl Center, their basketball arena, which hosts just above 17,000. So there is a chance that Omaha could hang on to it, but they need to completely sell out. I mean, I was looking at some of the Final Four matches then, and then that's where they get above 17,000. So I ticket sales were, I think, 14,000 according to the Creighton Athletic Department yesterday. So there needs to be a lot of walk-up tickets, but I think they'll definitely set the regular season record tomorrow. If it lasts longer than a week, we'll see. We'll see.
It's gonna be really interesting there. So, Nick kind of talked about it earlier. Kennedy Orr was setting for a little bit in a couple of matches, and then she got taken out in the second or third set against Ole Miss. And we asked John Cook in the postgame, and he said she was just missing sets. Is there a chance that we get more Kennedy Orr later, or is it just going to be kind of one of those game by game basis where it's going to be her and Nicklin Hames, who, as everybody knows, was the setter for 4 years before, just swapping in and out?
Yeah, I think they're going to run it to 6-2 a little bit longer, see how it fares against some top level competition. And then it's kind of a matter of, what do you want to go with, Ani Evans or Kennedy
at freedominlaw.com today.
2-1 count, and that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings and Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next-level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street, Meridian Park, and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a fundamental course in accounting or marketing to help your business, or helping you become a better leader, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our business development classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Happy Hour on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I am Rico. I'm still here. Nick has decided that he needs to go be a student and go to class. We are happy for him. He's going to go ahead and be a smart guy. So I welcome in Nathan, who is sad about his Hokies. Yeah, how do you feel? People wanted to do a wellness check on you. How you doing?
Well, I think it's funny. I was talking about this the other day. Like, I feel that a lot of people in Nebraska have never had an interaction with a Virginia Tech fan, Virginia Tech alumni, nor will they probably ever outside of me. So I'm representing an entire university in the state of Nebraska. So I hope I've done a good job.
You have not.
You guys probably think that I'm a bit of a moron. That's okay. I come to terms with that. But I think you can appreciate that I'm just as passionate about my football as you are about your football, which is a big thing. But the worst part about it is that we were doing the pregame show at Tipsy Tina's, which was awesome, by the way.
Fantastic.
Tipsy Tina's is a great spot. That's one of those places I never really thought of before a game day until I went there. And I'm like, I never really want to go anywhere else.
It is a
to be entirely honest with you.
Solid game day spot, especially
great spot.
So for the Oklahoma game, it's going to be that much better because it's a morning game. Those breakfast tacos at Tipsy Tina's, when I tell you that those are the best breakfast tacos I've ever had, I cannot wait for the Oklahoma game. Not only because of the game, but because I get to have breakfast tacos from Tipsy Tina's.
Yes. Which Tipsy Tina's, it's a great location too. It's pretty close to the stadium. You can say hi to a bunch of people walking by. A bunch of people gave us a shout out. So definitely keep that in mind next time we have a home game, which I guess this upcoming Saturday. And the game's at 6:30, so you can get dinner there while you're there.
Exactly.
It's a perfect scenario. But I have a couple of takeaways.
Take a shot of tequila before you head to the stadium.
I took plenty of shots of tequila
before you walk.
Me and
to the stadium.
that's right. Me and Jay. I took a shot with Jay. Took a shot with AD. But speaking of AD, that's who I was lined up with for the pregame show, which was great. AD's awesome. But he literally goes on there. He's like, "Your Hokies won, right?" And I was like, "Dude, salt in the wound, man. Like, come on."
He knew.
I think he knew.
Oh no, he knew.
But I appreciate all the wellness checks. It was
ODU.
funny. ODU. I had a bunch of people tweeting. They're like, I can't watch a Virginia Tech game because it was an interesting game. It was entertaining. It was one of the few on Friday night. It was a major upset in college football. It was on the road for Virginia Tech, a bunch of moving pieces. So everyone was like, I can't watch this game without thinking of you. You're welcome. I'm not apologizing. I hope that all of you were just as hurt as I was because that game was really tough to watch. Just start to finish. That game was just brutal. Virginia Tech will be fine. They're favored against Boston College, which I have no idea how that happened. But speaking of Boston College, they lost to Rutgers. So maybe Rutgers is good this year. I thought Boston College
is bad.
They were my sleeper in the Atlantic, to be honest with you. I think NC State and Clemson are the favorites in the Atlantic, rightfully so. Wake Forest has kind of been sprinkled name there. But no one was talking about Boston College.
Back, don't they?
Yes, and they have Phil Dracovic, the transfer from Notre Dame, who's actually pretty good. So that kind of surprised me. Virginia Tech's favorite somehow, some way. And then my second takeaway, Rico, is I was going to come in today. You owe me an apology. You owe the entire state of Georgia an apology. Nope. And you certainly owe Stetson Bennett an apology because I have something to tell you. So Stetson Bennett, he opened before the season at 100-1 odds to win the Heisman. So you put down $1, you win $100. I should have put 1,000 on it now looking back because I would have been rich. But he is now, after the first game, after torching Oregon, and I don't use that word lightly, after torching Oregon and your boy Bo Nix,
I love Bo Nix.
He is now 25-1 to win the Heisman. And I said he was my sleeper to win the Heisman. You all laughed at me.
Yep.
You all spat in my face.
Didn't do that.
You all called me a fool.
Did that.
And lo and behold, Stetson Bennett, after one game, I'm not going to call him a Heisman favorite.
One game.
But he's on the radar. He's on the radar. And I'm telling you right now, the problem that Stetson Bennett's going to run into, and the same thing happened against Oregon, come the fourth quarter, he's going to be sat. And that's going to happen a lot of games. Okay. A lot of games.
Here, I will give you this. I will give you this apology.
He's solid.
I will give you this apology to Stetson Bennett. To be completely honest with you, didn't watch the game. So I was making fun of him because I didn't know how far his passes. Air yards per attempt. Average air yards per attempt.
Okay.
13.2.
That's pretty good.
I'll give you that. Also, his backup tight end is 6'7", 280 pounds and can hurdle people.
Listen.
So when you're surrounded by athletes like that and an offensive line that doesn't allow you to get touched,
I understand, but look at the track record of Heismans. They're usually from a school that's in the top 10, a lot of the times a team that's competing for a playoff spot, and they have 5 stars surrounded around him. And Stetson Bennett, for what it's worth, the guys that are winning these Heismans, like the Bryce Youngs, the C.J. Stroud's the favorite, all 5 stars. Little old Stetson Bennett walks to Georgia, not even a part of the team, walks on, says, screw you, JT Daniels, this is my team now, kicks him off to West Virginia, which, by the way, that West Virginia-Pittsburgh game was awesome.
that needs to be played every year.
That game was awesome.
Backyard brawl, baby.
But Stetson Bennett pushed him to the side, said, this is my team, took over the team, and now Stetson Bennett, I'm not going to say he's going to win the Heisman because I still want to see a little bit more, and I think he's going to be screwed because he's not going to be playing in the fourth quarter for many games. But Stetson Bennett, I would not be surprised to see him as one of the finalists. Put respect on Stetson Bennett's name.
I'm not going to do it.
All you have to say, he's not awful. That was premature.
He's
not awful.
He is an okay quarterback.
He's solid.
He's an okay quarterback.
Borderline elite.
Would I take him on my team? No.
Oh, my God.
You know why?
Oh, my God.
Because he can't move. And with this offensive line, he'd get torn apart.
Well, unfortunately, that's probably true.
So,
Stetson Bennett is a good – Stetson Bennett, fine. I'll take back his elite status. He's just great.
Stetson Bennett.
He's great.
Stetson Bennett will not lose you a game.
No. He'll win you plenty.
You know what Stetson Bennett is? Stetson Bennett is what Alabama quarterbacks used to be. The Greg McElroys.
Shout out A.J. McCarron.
A.J. McCarrons. They're going to ask
was it? Wasn't there a Sims? Something Sims.
Yeah, there was.
He was good.
I don't remember his first name. But yeah, no, there was a Sims. He was pretty good.
Respect Stetson Bennett. I'll leave you with that.
Whatever, man.
He's good.
On the block, up next. Thank you guys for listening. See you tomorrow. Adios.
This is Lincoln's home for sports.